Welcome back to WZ Sports Day Austin 2026. Today it is time to get the competition underway with the first sport of the event. This time around, that's going to be speed soccer, the miniature, in this case 3v3 version of soccer that we've seen in these three-team Sports Day events. Since this is something that we've seen a number of times at this point, I'm not going to waste your time going over a lengthy rules explanation. Instead, we're going to get right into game one of the action, and that is going to be Aurora team versus Yellow team, starting right now.
Recording.
All right, game one of soccer underway, Aurora versus Yellow. This is Doobie, joined with Haller.
What up, dude?
Say hi, Haller.
What up, my absolute bird?
And we're underway, yeah. So, pretty important game, honestly, implications-wise, for both teams. I think everyone would say on paper, this is Aurora's weakest sport. I mean, Wally said so also in the pregame interviews. But if there's any game that they can win, I think this is the one. Yellow team, one of the biggest weaknesses that they have is that Bobby doesn't want to play any soccer at all. Our strat beforehand was that he wanted to sit the entire event, and this is a really, really gassing sport, especially this format. So we'll see how that plays out. But technically, they're the slightly stronger team. Doobie has had some success playing forward in the past. I think Riku has some experience as well playing soccer, and King has some decent success in goal. So we'll see how it plays out. What do you think, Haller, on these teams?
Yeah, just pretty cool game we got starting off the event here for soccer. Just real quick overview of the rules and everything. We got 2v2 on the field with a goalie, so 3v3 in total. The goalies can use hands inside the box. That's pretty much it. It's cool to be back to speed soccer. We've seen a bunch of this. We've seen a bunch of full field soccer usually in the summer events, so it's cool to see both situations come up.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had walls in play too, I think. Because the previous events, we've all had indoor soccer events for like the last, I don't know, 3 or so. And seeing walls in play could be interesting.
Yeah, because I think the last few speed soccers we've done was Utah the latest, and then LA, and both had out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is actually pretty cool. But we got a goal from Riku. Speaking of, Riku's first soccer appearance, first Sports Day appearance. So that's really cool to see. Very nice goal. Nice low grounder into the net.
Yeah, and long range too. And he was a big question mark coming into this. I know he said in the scouting report he had some soccer experience, so that's really good for this team. And we'll see if Yellow can keep this momentum going.
Yeah, so yeah, back to what you were saying earlier. I think this is just, this could be a close game. We have Doobie, who's very experienced, especially in speed soccer. King's been goaling for a while now, and then we got Riku with some history. So that's a pretty solid foundation there for that team. Then on the opposing side, we got Wally and TK in the field, both very known to be strong on the field. And then Manit, another first-timer, first-time Sports Day, first-time soccer, is in net for them.
It's going to be interesting to see also how TK does. I think with his injury, it could slow him down. We know that's been a problem in the past for multiple sports since that injury's occurred. But so far, I think he's been moving pretty okay.
Yep, yeah, definitely. And right there we got a little, oh, we got Riku on the ground. I like it. Something that we have to talk about, you can kind of hear in the background, maybe not music we'll be playing, but Bobby on the stand, you can see his mouth moving kind of in the shot, but he's a very big team player when it comes to him and the crowd supporting his team. Do you think that helps?
Yeah, Yellow needs him for the peanut gallery. I think it'll help. There's a lot of sports that I think he doesn't really want to play, like wiffle ball too, so we kind of need that peanut gallery as the wall play comes into play here. Wally gets a clean, wide open shot on King there off of that bounce off the wall.
Wow.
And they'll tie it up here. Very crucial for them.
Right in the name, we got Wall-E using the walls. What a beast. But yeah, I would argue maybe we have Bobby as rank 1 peanut gallerier.
By a lot on the B team too. Giving them the buzz.
Oh yeah. Doing an unfortunate slide. That looked like it hurt.
Of course, they have to zoom in on that too. Just
very
built
good camera.
pussily there.
Yeah, Doobie's looking very built pussily so far. What do you think about that?
I think he's just on incorrect settings right now. I think he's only on like 3 cold ones.
Oh.
Howler, is that for
Wait,
halftime?
3 cold ones?
Howler.
Yeah, I was on like 3 cold ones. It was pretty.
Oh, so 10
It was like pretty terrible settings.
halftime?
Oh yeah, I think we talked about this, but I was also exactly on
Damn,
3
I
cold
thought
ones.
that was asking a question.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Off-cam
well we
goal.
just missed a
Yeah.
goal. That was slightly off cam, unfortunately.
Yeah, that goal
but-
is probably way more important than cold
Pretty sure that
ones,
was
but
TK's goal. Pretty sure that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
TK just scored
2-1
off
Aurora
cam.
right now. I need to be like-
I just gave props to the cameraman for that zoom in on the doobie fall down, but that was a rank last appearance.
Physical.
Yeah, this is like absolutely massive for Aurora too, because to get ahead against them now, they can just try to play really solid defense on these small goals, and it could be really difficult for Yellow to score if they don't overextend here. If Aurora doesn't overextend here, so Wally, you can see he's playing pretty far back just to make sure that there's no breakaways that occur, and it looks like TK's already starting to run out of stamina. The half is getting close to ending, but it's going to be a 2v2 situation, and it could happen more often here, but TK with a wide open opportunity, King with a good step up, will save that.
Yeah,
But
we
good
have
on Wally to stay back and make sure no breakaways occur here just to defend this lead.
good backup by Wally right there as well. I'm really liking this system.
Can you get back and make the stop?
By Aurora, they're running like a 1-1, and Wally's like doing a really good job with the 1v2 on defense. I mean, obviously he still has Monique to support him, so they're doing a good job stopping the attacks. And then on top of that, they when they do stop it, they can counterattack with TK and put a lot of pressure on themselves. So, but yeah. Just this field is meant to be a 4v4 field, I believe, and I think you're going to see a lot more people gassed, like we're seeing with TK here again.
Yeah, this is kind of working out though. So TK just staying forward. He's just getting these free clears. He's able to pick up these free clears from Wally, and Wally is kind of just 1v2ing on defense. This is like really good. There hasn't been that many passing plays. As I say that, there was an attempt there, but and I think
in the jewels of the family variety.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an event if Doobie doesn't blast Wally in the
oh my
nuts.
god, another off-cam goal! TK just scored.
Wait, TK, did you just score?
Okay, I thought there was time there, but apparently they kept going, and I think yeah, that's going to count. Time never stopped.
Yeah, I mean, Wally traded his ball sack for the goal. And
It's 3-1. It's 3-1.
I think it's
Aurora,
worth.
assuming that goal stands. It looks like it's
Yeah, you didn't need that
Yeah,
anyways.
I mean, the ref's not saying anything, no one's saying anything, so we're gonna count that as a goal.
I'm sorry. I mean, Wally went down.
Cameraman is apologizing. I don't know if that's gonna be audible over the music, but oh my god! Wow,
Wally
Wally's
just brute forcing through King there.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is getting out of hand. I mean, Aurora's up 4-1 now. This is huge for them.
yeah.
I think it's 4-1
Like, this is the game they really needed to win, and now they've got a commanding lead.
Yeah, Wally's like, touch my balls again, I dare you, this is what's gonna happen, and then he just goes and shows you what's to come if you do that again.
Yeah, I think this is just like this is just deserved for yellow. Or this is punishment for doing that, I guess.
Absolutely, absolutely. A close attempt by Riku there. Yeah, like we said, these goals are pretty small. We got goalies with hands. So you have to have a really precise shot to go in, and sometimes it ends up like rock paper scissors, where you just gotta hope that the goalie's focusing on something else, and then you shoot it to a different location in the net. Nice shot by Doobie there. Gonna close out the half.
Oh, nice steal by TK
down.
here.
Oh, almost with the footwork.
Oh, what the hell? Right back to TK.
Kind of trolling there by Doobie just to kick it into the corner. I think that was an attempted pass to Riku, but Riku will steal it. Time has run out, but there might be a final shot attempt here until it's called.
I think we had some stoppage time because of that that hit into the balls of Wally. So we have some extra time here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're counting down right now.
Like,
it's about to end. TK is absolutely gassed. I mean, he did what he needed to do. 4-1. Anyways, in the half two.
Yeah, one of the
subbed out for Bobby.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I'll just say it. I was totally gassed. I had nothing left in the tank at the end of that. It maybe didn't look like it, but yeah, I wasn't moving that great on the field. So Bobby has to sub in here, and this is like a really bad time for this to happen because yellow is down 3. They desperately need to put in goals here, and you know, TK is able to sit and regain his energy as tuck will take place in goal, and Manit, who has all like 100% energy now because he was playing goal. There's so much more stamina to go around now on this Aurora team.
I personally would have finished that.
Yeah, we have Manit. Oh, nice goal. Speaking of, nice goal by Manit right there. Actually weird angle.
Now, personally, I would be disallowed.
I agree with the oh my gods I'm hearing in the crowd. That was not expected. I don't even remember that happening in real life, and I was caught by surprise just watching that right now. But
Come on, what the fuck?
yeah, Manit's first time in the field.
I'm not even counting.
That was pretty good showing. He did some defensive work at the beginning of the half, and then took care of it on the other end right away.
Yeah, instantly producing here, and you know, he was a big question mark coming into this, and now to immediately start producing a goal is, and only letting in 1 goal too, was a fantastic start. I mean, this is getting really out of hand for yellow because Doobie basically has to get back into this game as soon as possible. He's got to replenish gas in the tank, and they don't really have the opportunity to swap their goalie out because King isn't too comfortable playing forward. So they pretty much have to go with the Riku Doobie forward duo for all their games. So stamina is a huge factor for this team.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what they can do here. But it's going to be very unlikely for them to score with this setup.
Some nice moves by Wally there with the footwork. Kept the ball to him. Oh my gosh! Almost a misdirection in the net, and that was a fast one too.
Now it's a 2-on-0.
Past Manise. Oh, yep, that's
good step up by King there.
Really good. Tuck as well.
Wait, it actually worked out really well.
Actually, kind of crazy to see.
On a 2-on-1.
I think something that was unexpected going into this event, the depth of the Aurora team right now.
I will probably
they had a completely different formation in the first half. With Manit in net and then TK Wally out of field. Now they have Wally Manit in field. Oh! And Manit's gonna get caught up with King and gets it in. That's a nice goal as well. Another goal for Aurora. This game is getting out of hand, 6-1. But back to what I was saying, I think to just be able to sub out a player that scored pretty much half of their goals with a completely sub out their goalie for a different goalie, they still look pretty formidable. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's pretty good. It does show their depth is pretty strong, stronger than maybe what we would have thought.
It shouldn't be understated too that Wally is playing 2 forward halves in a row and still is moving. Like he seems to have like infinite garlic. Like, he's just not running out of energy, which is
Yeah.
crazy for this format. Like, his stamina's been fantastic so far this game.
Yeah, as you can saw in that first play right there. I mean, he does look a little gassed, but I mean, Doobie just got back on the field. He was walking right away. And Wally was just moving. He's still moving pretty swiftly right now.
Wow.
Just looking way less pussily than Doobie for sure.
I thought Doobie just called a timeout for a second.
Something I do want to see, it's going to be harder now that the Aurora's not playing the 1-1, the 1 forward, 1 defense. Something I would have liked to see more in the first half out of
And clearing the net.
Team B is
Good pass.
to slow down a bit, especially on the 2v1s, 2 offense, 1 defender. Take your time and try to get a really precise shot on the net, on the goalkeeper. They could still try it this half, but the game is a little out of hand.
Yeah, something definitely to consider next game, because this is this is going to be way too difficult to come back with 5 minutes left. They have to play very aggressively and just take big risks and hope they can score as fast as possible, and it's not really happening here, unfortunately for them.
Oh, a little dance by Tuck. That's like a little Fortnite dance. Maybe a little BM. I don't know. But Tuck is pretty locked in right now.
Yeah, he's had like a lot of success in the past too in net. One of the better goalies, I think, in terms of save percent.
Wow.
Although I don't think he's
Oh
ever
my
played
God.
a format like this before.
He is looking like a specimen.
Yeah, I thought that went in for a second, but it didn't. But that was a crazy meg by me.
That's just quality goalkeeping there.
King, that's a really good pass out. Riku has time. Oh my god, that's a laser of a shot.
I think these really hard shots like this from like mid range are generally not good with the goals this small. Especially because the goalies can use hands. I think making passing plays or getting closer to the goalie is better. I think most of Aurora's goals were basically just point blank.
Didn't go anywhere, but
Yeah, I agree
think-
with that completely.
And I think yellow is not really pushing to the net or to the goal. Although, to be fair, it's been extremely difficult to do so because the defense has been really solid. There's not been that many opportunities to do so. In the first half, when TK was playing all the way up on the other half of the field, he was able to get all of Wally's clears and then just get a full-on like 1v1 with the goalie, which I think is really effective, and we're not seeing that at all from yellow.
what is happening?
Yeah.
What is this?
So I think Tuck just had an illegal pickup
but-
as the goalie outside the box, so they just gave yellow the ball. Went for the shot right away, didn't connect. I pretty much agree with that.
Jesus.
With the size of the nets,
Riku is like,
shooting from
I'd rather go
midfield
over
is.
30 than
Oh,
over 9.
we got a hand right there.
Yeah.
Riku's a shooter.
Yeah, I think Riku has some absolute bullets that we've seen so far this game,
Look at the comms. Oh my
and
God.
it would be interesting to see if he could play again with nets that are
First header
a
in
bit
WZ
more
history.
wide. Because if that's the case, he has more room to connect
Okay,
on
not
those
really almost.
bullets, midfield bullets that he's creating on that striker.
Yeah, and he's probably used to that too with his soccer experience. Again, like a big mid-range shot like that is never really going in.
Couldn't even see his ball.
So I'd
think
like
the
to
best-
see yellow team slow it down, maybe.
Yeah, I will say I think the best way to take a midfield shot like that is a nice like rounder, like a really fast rounder, which is what Doobie did there. So it was good, and I think that could have went in. That was just really good goalkeeping by Tuck.
Did that go in?
But yeah, did that just go in?
Damn,
I
that
agree
went
with the kid.
No, I was saved, just barely.
What is
Okay.
I think
Come
King
on.
tipped it
Actually-
with his hand.
Yeah, I think it ended up hitting the corner. It's kind of hard to see with the camera work if these are going in or not. Just the way that this field is designed and the angle of our camera. But yeah, that I think what I remember from happening is I think that hit the post, like the inner side of the post, did not cross the line and bounced out. That shot from Wally. It was a really nice shot though. So game pace is slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, I
Game
think
is-
What the hell?
it's clear yellow's kind of throwing in the towel at this point because, you know, 1.5 minutes left to score, 5 goals. At this point, all we're doing is kind of padding the stats. So I think it's best for them to just kind of conserve their energy and take it into the next match. Their next match is a lot harder, and they'll need all the energy they need, but they do have a break, so they don't play the next game, thankfully for them. But this is huge for Aurora. This is the big game they wanted to win, and they got it. So big implications for them later on in this event.
Yeah, I mean, Aurora went into this event thinking that this sport was their weakest. So a nice goal by Wally right there. Nice fast rounder into the bottom left corner. Those are pretty much always going in that situation. Really well played. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what they want. Start their event off with a win in a sport that they were pretty skeptical about. It's got to be a good feeling for them.
Wait, that...
Unless we see 6 goals in 30 seconds. Oh, there's one! Actually, it sounds like I planned that. I actually do not even remember that goal at all. That's actually crazy. But
that's a good stat pad. We'll take those.
Yeah, actually, I don't think the 6 goals in 30 seconds is possible based on how long it takes to get the ball back to the goddamn line.
Yeah. If time stopped, maybe.
Tucker's getting it out there. Maybe one last goal. It's offline, and that ends the second half. Got the stats here. Pretty much overall, like, even scoring from the Aurora team, and even scoring for Doobie and Snap get one apiece as well.
Lots of shots on goal too for both teams.
Lots of shots, pretty evenly spread out. Yeah, that was a good game.
Oh. Oh, wow.
All right, game 2 underway. Aurora versus Fish. Aurora will be chaining here against what is definitely on paper the strongest soccer team in Fish. They've got Haller, who's always been good in soccer in pretty much every format, including speed soccer. He's had some great success. And also Anks in net currently, who by far soccer is his best sport. And we do know that Spec has been dojoing quite a bit, so he's significantly improved since the last few times we've seen him. So this team on paper is absolutely slated to 2-0, and on top of all of that, Aurora is instantly chaining, so they're probably going to have some stamina issues. It's very surprising to see Wally playing forward after playing 2 halves of forward. I expected him to be in net for this game, but you know, I do hope that this game ends up being a really good one. It's going to be super uphill for Aurora, but after they've gotten their win, great save from TK there. After they've gotten their win, it wouldn't surprise me that much if they're sort of turbok about this one. Like, not necessarily punting it, but saying, like, you know, this is going to be a bit too difficult to win for us. But we'll see how it goes. Tuck is playing forward, which I also think is a bit surprising. I think if they want the strongest team, Manit playing forward with how well he did last time would be the strongest setup. But again, I guess they're probably not super concerned about winning this one, so they're rotating their players.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything you said is just probably the case. Fish team definitely favored here. I will say the only silver lining that Aurora has is how well they did in the previous game. I don't think it was expected to be as much of a domination as it was the game we just watched. And if there's anything that's going to give them a glimmer of hope in an unfavored match, it's probably that.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see, because the brunt of the scoring in a setup like this is going to have to be done by Wally, right? I would imagine. So, but he's chaining a third half in a row. This is going to be really tough. I think the best bet here, if they want to score, is to just play really slow like they're doing like this, conserve all their stamina, take really good quality opportunities, but don't, you know, sprint You know, like a shot like this, and then have Tuck sprint in is. I don't think that's the ideal method. I think they slowly take the ball up with TK playing an aggressive goalie, and then they try to make quality opportunities.
Yep.
Similar to what Anx is doing now. Anx is very comfortable walking out of goal and applying pressure and letting both forwards get really good positioning. And that's a huge advantage for Fish.
Yeah, I mean, Fish team, they've already had a few attacks. We're already almost halfway through the first half, and it's 0-0 still, so a lot of attacks offline for Fish. So I think they're doing a good job slowing it a bit down and letting Anx, I say that as we just make a turbo shot, but just having Anx come up and try to really win like the dominant 3v3 on their half of the field. And that's a good shot by Quebec.
Well, it has to be mentioned. Crazy saves from TK so far. Multiple bullets have been shot at him, and he's handled them perfectly.
And
I also,
these too. Yep.
yeah, I also really like. I'm really liking Wally's positioning. He's staying far back. I think they're not going to try to do super aggressive plays where both Tuck and Wally go forward. They just want to play a really solid defensive game and then try to look for one. Like, we're going to see probably very low shots on goal as Anx just blasts one from the air, a laser straight into the goal. That is a crazy goal.
That's a really
to get
good
from
goal.
midfield.
Yeah, I think part of what makes that goal so good is that it's just unexpected. It's a really fast shot on the ground, which is what I was saying last game is really crucial for scoring that far back. And just not expected. I don't think all 6 members in the field expected that to be an attack towards the goal that fast. That is really crucial for Fish team though, because now Aurora has to kind of pivot from playing super defense-sided to now they kind of have to score one to stay relevant. But the game is
5 minutes.
still not even close to finished. I think they tried to come
open
out. Haller
net
with the
here.
steal.
Haller,
Probably should have passed that to Spec.
yeah.
Wally with the counter attack. A lot going on. Haller off the
Oh, that does
shot,
bounce
gets
in. Yeah. I was going to say just there that if Aurora can hold on for a little longer, then they can get Minnie back on the field. He's probably resting after last game. If he gets back on the field and maybe Tuck plays goalie, then that's their best opportunity, I think, to score. But unfortunately, now they're down 2-0. They have to play more aggressively here. And already most of the half is done.
Banks will illegally pick it up outside the box. We'll give Aurora team will take the ball, possession.
This
Just unaware of the rules, yeah.
should this not have been a penalty kick? I think that was kind of egregious. Like egregiously out of the goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I guess, yeah, and, I mean, at the time, it, actually, I don't know, it, to me, that doesn't
Oh
feel
my
like
god.
That's a really good shot by Tuck. Oh my god.
Yeah, what an angle.
That's,
You know, I have to say, I don't know why, but that angle just feels really good to shoot from. It just seems like surprisingly easy to squeeze it in. I feel like I've had a few shots like that just go in from that angle, and a lot of goals have come from like that weird angle.
Tuck's shoe is off. And spoiler alert, I think it was broken, so he just tossed it off of the stadium, and he's playing
everywhere.
one shoe on, one shoe off of it. And he is everywhere, like King just said. Haller trips over the fall and then gets possession of it again, gets an easy
3
shot off
minutes.
as a result. Yeah, it's funny, I was about to say when Tuck scored that goal that he scored a doobie goal, and then as I was gonna say that, you said that's a really easy spot to score from, which is really funny.
I don't know what it is about that angle. I think it's because goalies don't really put a leg there to cover it, so and that's pretty much the only place you can attack with that shot. So maybe it's just like goalies don't cover it very well. It's really just like you stick your leg on the post and then they can't really do anything. But I think most of them just don't cover it.
Yeah, I think the part that it's harder to save off of it is for sure has to be true because we see those go in a lot. But I think getting the shot off isn't easy. Like it looks really hard to get a nice, perfectly executed side angle shot off, make it go in.
Yeah.
Something that you were very dominant in Schlosky's over the other side of the arena there. You can see in the back, top right of the screen. That's your home turf right there.
Yeah, bring it back, man. I miss that boy.
That is your boy. That should be renamed to Doobies, not Schlotzky's.
Yeah. Well, now, so Aurora's now switched to, now that Tuck has to sit, Medina and Wally are in, and this is probably their best scoring duo. I mean, I would say TK is a really good striker, but he's got to have the stamina to do it. But I do think that until he has the stamina to do it, until he regains it, it's best for him to play goalie. So big 2v1 opportunity here. Good cutoff by Haller. And now there's a huge wide open opportunity. Great step up by TK. And off the wall, Spec is going to try to bounce it. TK still kind of flopping like a fish, trying to get up.
Really well played by TK. I don't think Haller expected him to get out that fast with the side tackle and save. I think he was planning on passing that over for the free goal, but it waited 1 second too long. Now we got Manit with the ball, takes a shot. Getting a little handsy with Haller there. Pass it back. 30 seconds left of the half. These halves fly by when you're watching, not when you're playing.
Yeah.
I feel like you're dying in real life when you're playing.
Yeah, like 3 minutes, you're already completely turbo-gassed.
Not even. Like, 1
yeah.
second.
1 second, you sprint once from one end to the other, and you're on all fours.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes without saying, look, like, watching this looks so goddamn easy. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
Why don't I just go, take the ball, go there, really, do this, do that, real easy, like, GG's.
Yeah, watching back, you always get so tilted at how little you're hustling, but then you don't realize just how much your lungs are screaming for you to stop moving.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to... I mean, this is the age-old, like, debate phenomenon, etc., in the clan where, quote, LeBron claiming and whatnot, people, like, watch these videos and say that they'll absolutely dominate every sport and everybody. But, it works in those situations, too, where you're like, why didn't I do more? Like, you LeBron claim yourself. Because it's really hard to put yourself in those shoes of how absolutely more painful it is than you could even imagine when you're actually in the situation.
Interesting swap. Now Wally is Wally's finally taking his much-deserved break. I don't think we would have expected him to play 4 halves. I do like the setup though, TK and Manit. Now that TK's regained his stamina, I still think this is a pretty solid scoring duo. I think Manit's been playing really well so far. Out of the question marks, I think he's played out of the newcomers. I think he's played so far the best. And Aurora's managed to keep this really close. I mean, 3-1 against definitely the best team on paper is pretty impressive, given that this is supposed to be their worst sport.
Yep, and on top of that, a chain, so they, all team differences aside, Aurora came in with a disadvantage of just being all that more gassed going into the match. We already have some nice goalie play from Tuck with the 1 shoe on, 1 shoe off. Already saved a few 1v0s, or 1v1s, I guess you would call it. But yeah, I also like this formation. We can definitely give Wally the Medal of Honor. That was crazy 3 halves of hustling that he did in those first 2 matches.
How insane would it be if somehow Aurora 2-0s this? Like the whole event is over if somehow they make the comeback.
Yeah. It's over, and the crazy part is with the way they're playing, it's like just they keep kicking it at Tuck. He keeps saying it. Finally, it goes in. Oh my god! Like Jesus, they just could not stop Yeah, no, I agree. If this game, which is definitely not over yet, 4-1, with plenty of time left, if this goes in Aurora's favor, and they thought that this is their weakest sport, this is not looking good for the other two teams for this event.
Well, Fish is still looking super good. They have plenty of energy. I think they're still getting tons of opportunities here, and the problem is Fish is playing very slow. Again, they're probably very gassed, so it's expected, and that is sort of their strategy, is to kind of have one defender, maybe put TK further up, and just hope that they kind of win the 2v2. And so I think that is their best strat, but it is a very slow scoring strategy, and TK's opportunities have to be really good. He's gonna have to play very aggressively when he gets the ball on the clears, and they'll just have to hope that Tuck gets a ton of saves as he gets a crazy one with the splits. That one just hit the top left corner too from Haller.
Oh my god, that Tuck in full split formation should be his TFP. Like, that is crazy. That's a crazy way to save a ball. And
Yeah,
it's
Tuck-
good, it's efficient, it's effective.
Tuck is not losing this lip sync.
No, Tuck absolutely destroyed this lip sync. That's why he's the host, not a player, because the competition would be over if he was involved. Oh my
Good.
god.
That was a good pivot from Tuck to get that save, but good aggression from Haller. I think Tuck could have picked that up with his hands, I think, if he was a bit quicker.
Yeah. I mean, Tuck looks like he just literally missed 4 with one shoe off. He's also just looking a little gassed himself. He's having a lot of action in the net, but he's absolutely killing it. And I need to see another split to save just one more before the game ends. I don't even care if it's my shot.
Well,
Yeah.
at this point, now I think it's way too uphill for them to make the comeback. You know, we were talking earlier how crazy it would be if they make the comeback, but there is 5 minutes left, but they'd have to play with a lot more pace and aggression.
Oh, and they need that! They need a goal from Tuck, who is putting on a masterclass from the net, and just, I mean, that should never go in, but Jesus Christ, just add to his resume, and he knows it. Look at that celebration, oh my goodness. What a crazy goal. What a crazy
All right, I
Wow.
mean, just let him 1v6 this. Like, that's crazy. That's like he just put him back in the game. Like, this is now totally doable again. They will have to play aggressively, and the defense has to be on point. They do have to play this perfectly, but it is within reach. It is realistic.
goal. Yep, I agree. Yeah, if Aurora scores, like, soon, then this game is still, like, it's absolutely a game. So Fish really just want to waste time here, if anything.
I'm really curious to see what Tuck's save percentage is after this. He's going so crazy right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be glowing for that. For sure.
So I like the really aggressive position here from Anx. Just walking up super confidently, allowing Spec to go as far forward as possible. I think they definitely need to do that against Yellow, because we do know that King is not very confident doing that, so that's going to be one of the biggest advantages that they have next game.
Yeah. Hank's opening up so much space. Oh my god. I mean, Fish is just putting on shot after shot on Tuck, and he's just like, please give me more.
Yeah, it looks like Manit's a bit gassed there, because he didn't even walk up to try to block. Okay.
My god, a beautiful shot by TK. Perfect rounder into the net. Fast rounder. That's a good shot. The game's a game. 3 minutes,
Yeah.
but only by 2.
Honestly, like, Tuck is keeping them in. This is crazy. Like, these saves have been really insane.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like you mentioned, even just Manit, it's hard to say if he's just super gassed or if he's like, I just have full faith in Tuck anyways.
Yeah, he did look gassed because he was behind both Haller and Spec, and they both slowed down to take their time for that shot, and he didn't really walk up. So I think he's pretty tired right now, which puts a lot of weight on on Tuck. I think the best thing they would do actually is maybe swap TK and Manit, have TK play defense and clear, and then let Manit take those opportunities when he gets up. I do like that Fish is, Aurora's playing really aggressive now. Both, you know, Manit's going all the way up there. There's 2 minutes left. I think they know that they have a chance to actually win this potentially if they play aggressively. They're going to take the risk. They're going to have Tuck. They're gonna hope that Tuck stays super strong as he has so far in net. And they just need to keep spamming these shots, take all these opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, these are the times where that's a good run up by Tuck right there. That could have easily been a goal. But these are the times where when you hear 2 minutes left and you know it's this close, if you're a War team, even if you're the most gassed you've ever been, you really want to just put whatever you have on the line and just with no regrets.
Again, Tucker still holding strong.
Pokes out his shoeless foot. He's just putting his entire body on the line for this victory. When he clears it, they need to buy some time. Unfortunately, the clock still runs when it goes out of bounds like that, which is not what Aurora needs. It's actually a pretty good catch while he's still in the box.
All right, big opportunity here. They basically have to score here, I think, on this possession. Because with the clock running out now, if they don't get the steal here, it's going to be really tough. I like the clear attempt here to go straight to TK. TK staying forward. I think that's good.
That header
I
by
think they
Haller
should go aggressive here maybe and just
huge.
blast it out. But Fish is maintaining possession.
Yeah.
And the clock is ticking down.
Gameplay slowing. Everyone is just so gassed. Oh, if TK stole that, that could have been a 1v0.
Yeah, everyone's gassed. Even Purple Team's gassed here. Like, everyone's slowing down considerably. And
wow,
I think that'll be the nail in the coffin. Spec with the behind the leg kick.
That's a beautiful goal, and I wonder why. I think that's one of the only times something like that's done, but I wonder why it's not done more in this format. I feel like it's the most efficient way to score what Spec just did. Oh my god, and Tuck, he giveth and he taketh. He just does a little bit of like an own goal, scares the pressure, and he just tries to clear it out of there in his net. But that is a great ending to that game. Oh my god.
I mean, you know what? That should just go on his, that should be a goal for him. I don't know why we're giving it to Haller. That's undeserved.
Tuck, 19 saves, 83%. I don't know what the average is for this event, but it's honestly not as much as I was expecting, but still, that's a lot of shots and a lot of saves. Especially the quality of a lot of those were like 1v1s, like him against the striker solo, which makes it all that more impressive.
Game 3 underway. Fish versus Yellow, the last game of the day. Fish is going to be chaining here. And extremely important game, I think, for Yellow. Because they lost to Aurora, they were expected to go 1-1 on 1-1 on paper. So stealing this game would be huge. They have the stamina now because they were able to rest a game, and they can go back to their original formation. If they can get an early lead here, I think it's inevitable that they might have to do a swap out at some point. Bobby might have to play temporarily for someone on the team and forward for stamina reasons. But because Fish is already pre-gassed from the previous game, they could slow down the pace and potentially preserve their stamina. And if they play with enough aggression and get early pressure like this, an early goal from Doobie from a long-range shot, that's their best opportunity to win. They need to tack on as many goals now as possible and keep the defense tight for the inevitable gas out that's going to happen later. And if they do, they could potentially steal this away. This will be an important upset for them.
Yep. Oh, Tyler with a shot on the ground. Yeah, I mean, completely accurate. Fish team now have to face the struggle that Aurora faced last game, which is the instant chain. Hurts even a little bit more because they have had 0 substitutions so far as well. So you have the same Haller spec to go just running the field after they just ran for a full 20 minutes. So they're gonna start a little gas, although Haller with a little run there. I don't know where that was in the tank. It was probably the 3 cold ones. I think it with a nice attempt.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I guess we forgot to mention that Smash was expected to not play, and he didn't play last game because you know, he was worried about his injury. He didn't want to go too hard in soccer. His injury from last event in Utah.
Philly.
Or Philly, sorry, yeah. And so it was expected that this core 3 of Fish would have to play all of the halves, which is extremely gassing for them, especially given that they're chaining. So very good for yellow, hopefully. It gives them some opportunity to make this even.
Yeah, completely. We have all 4 looked gas there, and then Doobie's like, I'll run for it. Why not? Let's try to make a play. I'm gassed again. I'm just gonna pass it off the other team. Back with a shot or a self-pass attempt. Another shot. Nice try. Gets it to Haller. Back to Spec. Back to Haller. Back to Spec.
Oh.
Good save by King.
Kind of a lazy clear. I don't think that was a good idea. They had possession there, and now they kind of just give it back to Fish. So now Haller's going to get another 1v1 opportunity as that one bounces off both posts and in. Very unfortunate for yellow.
Meg on Doobie. I don't know if that goes in between King's legs as well, but Lucky bounces on the post for sure.
Was that a Meg? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Meg. It'll look bad if it wasn't now, but no one's rewinding Turbok.
Yeah, you might be right. Oh my god. That was almost a TK play off the wall and then sprint there. That was a great hustle play by Snap.
I like that a lot. It looked really cool too.
The problem is one of those plays just like drains the entire tank. I'm hoping that didn't kill his stamina, although he's been great so far. He's played 2 halves. He played the first 2 halves without having to swap out. And seems to be going strong still. Good hustle here on defense.
Yeah, I mean, Snap looks like he has, a little bit of an athletic build, so he definitely seems like he's active in his everyday life. So, I mean, although this is severely gassing, it's not gonna completely destroy him like it destroys some of the rest of us. Although he does, still look pretty gassed as we see him hunched over there. But we still have a game. 5 minutes into the first half, so a quarter of the way done with the game, and it's still looking pretty close.
This is, that's what I was mentioning earlier. The aggressive play there from Anx, controlling the ball. If Doobie goes and sprints after him, he just gets an easy pass. And both forwards can play really aggressively there, which is good. As long as they keep doing that, like that's one big advantage they have over Yellow, that Yellow isn't comfortable doing. Like King will not want to step out. He's not too comfortable doing that, so all of the offense has to be generated from pretty aggressive play from Yellow, which is super gassing over time. Like both players being forward here, if they lose possession, they got to sprint back to defense, and it's just a constant back and forth. But Fish can take their time.
Yeah, I mean, wow, I'm kind of surprised that this is low scoring so far. I thought like at least both teams would have a few more goals by now. Like if I was to guess how this game was gonna go pre-event, I thought this would be like maybe like a 4-4 right now, or like a like a 5-4 in favor of one or the other.
I think both teams are playing slower. I think that's the biggest difference. There's been some like hustle plays, but in general, like there's a lot more slowing down here than I remember in game 1, for example, of Yellow versus Aurora. I think it is because both teams are like just very gassed already.
Yeah. Or they're
But also,
developing the
it's
meta.
probably just an adaptation too. Like, both teams know they have to conserve their stamina, and I think also not overextend on offense. So that, because I think that's what really cost Yellow in the game against Aurora, is they both sprinted forward, they both tried to make an offensive play, and then no one's on defense, and King has to 1v2.
Yeah.
So it is a bit of an adaptation too.
Yeah, I agree with that completely, and it is really important to keep the game close, because I feel like once a team starts to snowbally, this format can get out of hand pretty quickly. So like being on your best behavior defensively and playing slow, and anyways, sorry, nice goal by Spec. Just completely nails it in there. Kind of far side of the post, so it's hard to see. But yeah, it's once it gets out of hand, it's just you just can't do anything about it if you're a losing team. So keeping it like slow and methodical until it gets to that point is the play, because then you could be the team in that favorable snowballing position.
Yeah. Bit rough for Yellow. So Snap is going to swap out for Bobby here, right as the goal happens too, right as they fall behind. So it's going to be very difficult for Yellow to score here. The best they can do now, there's only a minute 40 left in this half, so they just have to survive until the end of the half scoreless to keep this close. So I like to see both players, both Bobby and Doobie play on defense, but Bobby tried to make an offensive play by running forward, and now unfortunately it's a 2v2 situation. Good defense though so far, as Bobby will come back, but Spec gets past both, and Haller picks up the rebound there, and will pull, and now Fish will pull ahead 3-1. Still not terrible for Yellow, more damage done unfortunately, but if they can survive this last minute, they definitely still have a chance coming into the final half.
Yeah, absolutely. Game's still a game. We are kind of getting into that situation I was talking about earlier.
Oh my god.
And again, it's always, if you're going to shoot from that part of the field, it's always a grounder that's going to be the hardest to save. A nice fast dribbler. Definitely still savable, but for sure the hardest one to save. Especially compared to like a mid-air shot where you can just move your hands a couple inches. Wow.
So that one bounced off of Anks into the post.
Oh
Almost
God.
went in there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes on the camera it like even looks like it goes in, but yeah, I think we all remember pretty much what happened. And if you slow it down, you can see it more closely. That's the end of the first half. Still plenty of game left.
Yeah. Now, so like after that rest, I'm curious to see I mean, I guess I know what actually happened, but how my stamina was at this point. I gassed out pretty quickly in the first game, but as Spec just completely outplays both of us, off the wall to get past me, and then off the wall in order to get past King. And this has been 3 goals in, I think, 2 minutes now total. It's getting pretty out of hand now.
This is a pretty good stretch for Fish team. Just played perfectly by the book by Spec there in the 2v1. Looks like they're going for headers.
they're just clip farming at this point already.
It looks like they're clip farming. I mean, something I will say about these header attempts, I think they need to be a little less telegraphed. You see Spec setting it up for a few more seconds than you would like.
So it looks like so Snap hasn't had enough time to recover stamina. It looks like so. Bobby's still in. Good aggressive play there. Almost actually scored. And I just noticed now, Smash is in.
Smash
He's
is
actually
in.
playing a goalie.
And I think he also almost went for an illegal pickup, but Bobby luckily got it out of his grasp right before he was able to do it. But he might not know the rules because he just showed up to the course. But we probably had to tell him right after that one.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Stops it.
He's got a clear shot. Yeah, he got it there. I think, again, King had an opportunity to pick it up there, or at least, like, dive.
Yeah, something that's underutilized in these indoor matches is just diving on the ball. It's just so strong and effective as the goalie. You're the only one on the map that can use your hands, and you might as well just take full advantage of it. Because otherwise, it's just really favored for the striker to just chip it in there. Could also be a Turbok play out of King because of the way the score is going. It's just hard to say.
Yeah, another big 1v1 here. King does get the save there. This is kind of lazy defense. Like, someone has to run back here. I guess technically, if Yellow wants to win this, they have to play super aggressively like they are now, and just pray to God that King doesn't get scored on when the clear occurs. But at the same time, they could do a better job of hustling for defense. I am curious if Snap has any intention of coming back in and playing. Because if Yellow wants any chance, he'll have to. But it looks like, at this point, 6-1. Even though there's 6 minutes left, I still think it's way too uphill for them to come back on a team this strong. So they could just be calling it at this point.
Yeah, the time is dwindling. We're in the second half of the last game. Gets it through King's legs. And now just pull the game away even a little bit that much further. So yeah, Yellow needs a score now if they want to win this. Like, right now. Riku is back in, so this is what they need for that.
Nice shot by him there, but a good save there from Smash.
Get the inbound pass.
I think the Turbok attitude is setting in.
I think it's setting in. Yeah, Snap.
Yeah, like at this point, I think
going for the header again. Oh, that's a good opportunity. I think that could have been a better shot by Haller too. Again, a little too telegraphed, but the pass was perfect by Spec there. You cannot complain about that.
Yeah, I guess I'll mention it. My stamina was completely done at this point. I had like absolutely no gas, so I know that the Turbok attitude kind of set in at this rate when we're this far down.
I mean,
but I guess it was pretty close for a while. I mean, this definitely was a winnable game for Yellow if they managed to survive the end of that first half. If they didn't fall 4-1, I think there was definitely an opportunity to win it there.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the first, it is crazy how, looking at the score now and how close the entire first half was. It was like 1-1 for like 8 minutes until like the last few when Fish scored a few, and then they started this half scoring a few more.
Alright, let's see how much we can pad the stats here. Look, everyone's playing super aggressive offense, and Haller now on his 11th goal of the night. Pushes Fish to 8-1.
Yeah. Anyways, now's as good a time as ever to say it's pretty nice to finally be able to cast with you. I feel like they keep us banned. Like we don't cast together, we don't get on a team together. I feel like they're keeping us apart, and it's for a reason.
Yes, 100%. If we get on the team together.
Oh no! Don't say it.
There's no fucking way we lose.
Oh, you said it. You said it.
I'm so
Not the
confident.
LeBron claim.
I'm so confident that I'm not even worried about jinxing it.
Oh my god, I don't...
Bang!
I mean, that's good timing. If there's anything that's going to inspire me, it's that.
Give me that stat pad.
The last thing, I have nightmares about myself LeBron claiming. The last thing I need is someone to LeBron claim for me. And that is what you just did, and that is a can of worms I hope you don't see this summer.
True, yeah.
That's a deflection off the King's legs. This game is absolutely out of hand now. I don't think this one's comebackable.
Speaking of the LeBron claims, when we had that crazy team in LA, when I was on Wally's team with TK, that all like the superstar players were there.
Yep.
I made a crazy LeBron claim and delivered Wally's first ever sports day loss.
Wait, you said you guys were gonna win, like guaranteed?
Egregiously, yeah.
Agreed. I actually
We
don't
lost.
remember that. I don't.
We lost in volleyball. Egregiously to you guys.
Yeah, that's. God, wait, that's even worse. We're fucked. I hope. Yeah, I'm gonna like try to make it a point not to be on a team with you off of it.
Yeah, I ruined it. You're just gonna
Yes, we
dodge me
were.
in the draft.
I guess we were on a team, but like that borderline doesn't count, and that was like the easiest LP I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all agree that like that event does not really count for much. Level of play there was down, and it was one of the first few events, which all those were a little shaky. But yeah, it would be cool to get you on a team eventually.
Yeah, I mean, like, it would just be so fun. Bang!
The timing of these goals is actually just ridiculous. Oh my god.
Okay, I mean, Fish has been fishing for it, no pun intended, for a long time. Will they get the header goal? We have not seen a header goal in
Never.
soccer in WZ Sports Day history yet. There's been a lot of attempts.
A lot of
But-
attempts, and most of them by Haller, trying his hardest.
Yes.
Putting his body on the line for it. King with the illegal pickup, absolute Turbach attitude.
I think
was-
his feet were on the line, just barely.
That was I don't think so, and I don't think that matters. I don't think you can pick it up with your hands out there either way. Is how we had the rules. And even King himself admitted, yeah, Turbach during the game there when he did that. Another step
14
bang.
goals. All right, actually another one. Haller has 40 seconds to try to tie my record. 17 goals. Can he do it?
Okay, come on. Your goddamn fake ass record on Schlotsky's. All right, what's more impressive, 14 on this or 17 in Schlotsky's? With an absolute 15.
I think it's kind of even because I guess it is harder to score on this one. I think on this field, because of hands, it's probably a little bit harder to score, but it's also so gassing to play on this field that when the gas is lost for one team, it's just like constant free shots.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion either way. I was just asking. But good game there. Kind of went out of hand in the second half. First half was respectably a cool game to watch. A shit ton of attempts out of Haller there. 34 with 9 goals.
Yeah, and so one thing I noticed too in the stats in general, very low goal percentage for everyone. Just lots of shot attempts, but because it's so hard to score on this field,
That's soccer.
yeah, the goal percents are low, and it's usually higher.
Here's a look at the speed soccer stats this time around. The last 3 stats are goalie specific categories. That's why you see a lot of zeros in there. for the players who didn't play goalie, of course. And then your Speed Soccer leaderboards, so you can see how all the players stacked up against each other in these various categories. Again, the last two in this case are goalie specific categories. And now for your player of the game awards. Gonna try to just run through this quickly. For game 1, Aurora versus Yellow, this was the toughest one to choose for sure because Aurora had a really nice whole team effort in this game. But I think for me, I gotta give it to Wally, and the reason is pretty simple. Obviously, he did lead the team slightly with 3 goals in this game and had a nice goal percentage as well, but the really standout factor in this game was Wally's defense. He was really doing a lot of the heavy lifting on defense, preventing a lot of Yellow's offense with seemingly endless stamina, just running up and down the court and being a nightmare for that Yellow team on D, and I think that was the main difference maker in this game. So with that being said, Wally gets my Player of the Game award for Game 1. Then for both Games 2 and 3, both of Fish teams' wins, I gave it to Howler. I think that kind of goes without saying. Their game against Aurora was definitely more of a whole team effort. Playing on the field, it definitely felt like they were getting a wide range of contributions from all 3 members, but at the end of the day, Howler scored 5 of their 7 goals. He was getting a ridiculous amount of shot attempts on goal, just creating relentless pressure. Also had an assist in there for good measure, and he kind of started getting the ball rolling with some really difficult kind of top corner-esque shots in finding the small openings he needed to in order to pad Fish's lead and give them some much needed breathing room as the game did start to get close in that second half. Then Yellow versus Fish, obviously an even easier choice here as Howler scored a whopping 9 goals of his team's 11. Really just took over the game completely in that second half. You know, the game actually appeared pretty close for most of the first half up until the end, but in the second half, Howler really started pouring it on. And, you know, call it stat padding if you want, but the fact is that Howler just absolutely kept pouring on the goals in that second half until the game was completely out of reach and absolutely extinguished any lingering hope that Yellow had of winning that game. So I think that's a pretty easy decision as well. So those are going to be your Player of the Game awards for Speed Soccer in WZ Sports Day, Austin 2026. So that'll just about do it for this video, everyone. Before we sign off, one more look at the standings. Fish team went 2-0 in Speed Soccer as expected. In the pre-event captain interviews, rather, Aurora and Yellow team's captains both claimed that soccer was going to be their worst sport, and in that battle of the bottom, Aurora did come out on top. So that's a huge, much-needed win for Aurora team as they come out 1-1 in what they supposed was going to be their worst sport. Yellow team, unfortunately, with a rough start at 0-2, they're going to have some ground to try and make up in the next sport, which is going to be wiffle ball, a timeless classic, and that will be coming to your monitor next week on WZ Sports Day, Austin 2026. So stay tuned, and I'll see you then.